NewsBiscuit. Real fake news.
Welcome to NewsBiscuit, the UK's original fake news. NewsBiscuit, where funny goes to die. I'm your host, Wrenfoe, and I'm joined by three wise men. Sorry, that should read one wise woman and two wizened old men.
Yes.
Sparkly Bob.
Hello.
Ian Searle.
Good morning.
And Chipchase.
Good morning.
This month sees Keir Starmer hit rock bottom and keep digging. A street named Prince Andrew Way is to be renamed Barely Legal Cul-de-sac. And another peace deal by Trump, this time involving pieces of Ukraine.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our first round news in brief, where our panelists select their favourite headlines. Ian Searle, we'll start with you.
Storm Claudia to be followed by Storm Rainier, Storm Windier, and Storm Colder. Grammar teacher insists double negatives are a no-no. Prince Harry called up from the reserves into the Royals' first team.
I mean, it's curious, isn't it? I mean, yeah, you're right. He's now sort of no longer persona non gratis, as it were. And the thing about it is, because what was he basically kind of expelled from the Royals from, or sort of shunned? It was because it's just his wife was a bit moody.
Or
That
was
the
it because
gist
he's
of it,
ginger?
Which are both sort of punishable by death, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, having then an uncle who's part of an international sex trafficking ring, you kind of go, I feel maybe I move up a rung, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think it's more than this, that actually they both he and Meghan should be allowed back, because under the one in, one out scheme.
It's not too dissimilar to what goes on with sort of politicians as well, because political parties often sort of suspend politicians or even ban them from their party, but then they'll tolerate other politicians or even welcome other politicians back who've done terrible things. I'm just minded of that this week because obviously the government has just removed the 2-child benefit cap, and they did this whole big thing of, we were always in favour of doing this all along, but about a year ago they suspended a load of MPs for supporting it. So clearly not. Yeah, very strange double standards. If I was banned for the Labour Party, I'd be going, Peter Mandelson. What about him? Peter Mandelson. Yeah. Anyway,
They're forgetting you can look stuff up again. Like, that's it. I think they're doing it like 20 years ago, that perhaps, you'd have to really think, wow, was there a newspaper headline? I remember, I can't remember. There's no way, unless I go to the library and look up, I'm never going to remember that. Whereas now we're just like, they say,
Labour admits prisoner working from home scheme is a disaster.
A day doesn't seem to go by where a load of prisoners have been released by accident. This has completely ruined the Shawshank Redemption for me.
Yeah.
This strange open door policy. I don't think it's a door. I think there's just a gaping hole inside of prisons, and prisoners just kind of wander out, look confused, and then sort of keep going.
Well, some of them try and get back in and they won't let them back in. That's the really funny
That was
thing.
hilarious, yeah.
I know, I shouldn't be. It's like
I'm a danger to society. Please lock me up.
He went in then came out 2 minutes later for a fag, didn't he? He went back in.
And the door's already locked. And he's like,
aren't they so short of staff? They just might as well invite back in and go, actually, if you really want to be here, just work.
Yes.
You know the names. It's so helpful. Isn't it all quite a bit of it's fraud, isn't it? It's very clever letters that the prisoner, the things are getting that are really, really clever forgeries to saying you're
really?
Holy shit. You mean they've got no other checks and balances other than if a letter comes in and it says, written in crayon, release Mad Mike the serial killer.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, looks legit to me.
Signed HRH, His Majesty King Charles III.
Yeah.
It all went downhill when they took away the ball and chain. That's what happened.
Yes, at least
Actually, I would have thought if they got the ball and chain, it would have gone downhill a lot quicker. You would have been able to stop yourself, wouldn't you?
Chipchase, what have you got?
Trump gives Russia an extra year to agree to a peace deal. I have ended 8 wars, says Trump, and I'll end them again. Gloomy Downing Street staff wish Keir Starmer would throw a party. Reeves booked by Oxford Street retailers to turn off Xmas lights.
Sparkly Bob, what do you got?
Man dancing around lampposts in the rain blames gene therapy. Study reveals steep decline in downhill walking. Badenoch asks Labour why it's taking so long to clear up Tory mess. Novice nun finds the world is her cloister.
Very good, very good.
Reform to review its policy on taking bribes.
Yeah, so this is So this is an ex MP or MEP, isn't it? Or I suppose they all
Was he
end up
Welsh?
ex if you
Yeah.
go
Leader-
to-
He was the leader of the Reform Party in Wales,
Right.
But I presume
Ex,
he
'cause
only
he's going
ex
to
after he
prison.
was arrested.
Yes. And for him, it was taking money from Russia, was it?
To be
Yes.
pro-Russian
Which,
statements and things.
again, you shouldn't be doing, and that's a naughty thing. And yes, probably prison's the right place for you to go for that one. But I do find it curious is that, again, it's back to that double standard thing.
Yeah.
There's been loads of politicians in the last few years who've been caught taking money from, in some cases, directly from foreign governments to do stuff and say stuff. But for some reason, I guess it's because Russia is, of course, at the moment, is seen as the baddie in
Well, I suppose
in
it depends
everything.
on how he's done it, or whatever he's done. It's not just he's taken the money, because I suppose imagine perhaps some of the others are, if they've done it, but there's like no criminal thing. There must be an aspect of criminal.
Well,
thing.
it's
If you
probably
get
that-
10.5 years. That's kind of quite a big old sentence. So,
But I do wonder if it's that heady mix of it's Russia. You're not allowed to like Russia. He's reform. You're not really supposed to like reform. He's not going to get any of the benefit of the doubt. But had it been, for example, I don't know, Labour's Wes Streeting taking money directly from America private healthcare, which he does, and I can put that in the podcast because it's true, and. Everyone's like, oh, that's fine. It's fine. He's a Labour politician and it's in America. You're like, well, it's still the same thing, isn't it? Anyway,
I've
double
got to-
standards. If it wasn't for double standards, I'd be locked up years ago. So
isn't it funny though that they said that wasn't there some like Richard Tice was at like some sort of student like debate union thingy, and a guy got up and said about like, how did you not know, and this is someone, and I think he was like, his defense was like he hadn't ever met him, and you're like, but he was the leader of Reform in Wales. Like, well, if you haven't met him, that throws up questions. It's like,
But why are the Russians so interested in Wales? That's what I'd like to know. What were they to get out of it? Welsh cakes or
yes,
bread.
and they are nice. So
yeah, they are very nice. And also, you talk about double standards. It's double standards. We're putting him in prison for taking money from another government, and yet there are plenty of people after COVID walking around who took loads of money from our government, and we're not doing anything about it. We just go,
yeah. The older I get, the more I think sort of crime and the prosecution of crime just seems on the basis of whether people kind of spot a thing and are annoyed by a thing, and then we'll prosecute it. But if we just kind of just walk past and go la 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 la, it's not really a crime.
well, it's not a crime if we don't really understand it. So if it's just if it's so big, like it's either such a huge amount of money or it seems to be quite complicated, then people kind of go, oh, is that a crime though? Because I mean, obviously, if you went and took a sledgehammer to someone, they'd be like, oh, that's a crime. Yes.
Well,
I know
then
that
again,
one.
you say that, but I reckon want to kill someone, But instead of doing it just where you hammer, you shoot them, whatever, if you were to just put someone in a huge jelly mold and so that they're just there wobbling, again, I think people go, I don't know what that is. Is
David
that a
Blaine.
murder? Is that what is that?
it's a David Blaine escape trick, isn't it? That's what it is.
See?
It's just
So
it's just a trifling thing.
that then brings us to our next round, True Biscuit, where our panel is to guess which is a real headline and which is a fake one. Chipchase, we're going to start with you.
Award-winning craft brewer comes full circle with new beer-flavoured beer.
And this is because we've now become so jaded with sock-flavoured beer. But are we now at a point where we can't remember then what beer originally tasted like? So it's a novelty.
I think that's what it must be, because you've got OXO-flavoured beer, and all these artisan brewers are brewing it all around Hoxton and places like that.
More disappointing than opening up and going, that tastes like, I don't know, a daffodil or something. Like you're like, there. It's just I thought that was just a normal beer, and it's got some horrible flowery nastiness to it.
Well, and this isn't me as an adult looking back to me as a teenager, but you spend years just trying to get used to the taste of alcohol, because most alcohol is horrendous.
Yeah.
And just when you get to the point where I'm just about handling it and maybe I'm enjoying myself, they then, you're right, make it taste like rose slip.
Yeah.
So, avocado.
Coming from Ireland, I used to drink Guinness, obviously, and
You're such a cliche.
yeah.
What they can't see is you're sitting here in a
Peaches.
little leprechaun outfit.
Hang on a second. Top of the morning to you, sir.
It's not racist because Chipchase said it.
No. But yes, but going back to learning to drink Guinness, and use the word learn, because this is lovely. Being a big man of 17, necking a pint of Guinness, And
Yeah,
it tasting like I don't know,
Yeah.
drainings from something terrible.
I mean, I like Guinness, but you're right. It is. There's obviously it's a bitter, isn't it? So
Yes.
it does take a while to get used to it. It is acquired taste.
Having said that, Guinness are listening,
Yes. It's the Brussels sprout of beers, isn't it? It takes you a long time to get into it. And then once you're into it, that's it. You're locked in.
I grew up with a gran who drank a bottle of Guinness every day,
yeah.
as lots of old ladies do, and I think it was even prescribed in those
it
days.
was prescribed for iron.
And if you just given birth, they would often give you Guinness.
And the head fascinated me as a child because it looked like ice cream, and she used to let me eat it with a teaspoon, but it tasted absolutely vile.
Yeah.
And it was bad enough being Guinness to a child anyway. But what I've since learned, and Chipchase should probably correct me on this one, but I think there was a time when people used to pour pints of Guinness and scrape the top off with knives, and they found that the metal was reacting with the Guinness, and they had to stop doing it because it was giving it horrible taste. And that's what I was doing with a teaspoon. I was making it even worse, and I still carried on and wanted to drink it. I don't know why.
Now, our viewers are going to wonder why we've got a 15-minute segment in the middle that is devoted to Guinness.
Guinness.
No one who drinks it will wonder that.
Yeah, we're monetizing big time on NewsBiscuit these days.
We've set the double standards, and in fact, here we are in our Guinness-related t-shirts.
We'll not be able to do this ever again once we take backhanders from Guinness.
Yes, but they're paying us so much that it's not going to matter.
Yeah, you don't mind.
My Guinness-themed mansion on my sex island. So the fundamental question and the truths and the falses of it are simply: would someone create a beer that tastes of beer? Sparkly Bob, is this even vaguely plausible, or is now beer no longer a thing that we have?
You know what? It could be true, because you could imagine some restaurant critic going, "Oh my God, this is amazing! They've captured the real essence of beer again." Do you know what? I'll go true.
No, I'm going to go false.
And Ian is right. Mucking about with flavours and Blumenthal. That's the bloke.
Oh yes,
For all this madness.
I've been to his restaurant. It's excellent.
Yeah,
Costs a lot.
I've driven past.
I'm not going again.
Several occasions.
But no, really, good fun when he makes things taste like they shouldn't. Although the one I didn't like, and don't get me wrong, Fat Duck Restaurant, amazing. Everyone should go if they can afford it.
The other sponsor for us.
The Fat Duck.
He does a thing of he does a cold and hot cup of tea. Oh. So the bottom layer of the tea is hot. I think it's this way around, hot, and the top layer of the tea is cold, and they're in the same glass at the same time. So incredibly clever, really clever piece of chemistry. But you are tasting lukewarm tea.
Yeah.
And who likes that?
And nobody likes that. So clever thing, but yeah, less impressive. Sparkly Bob, what's yours?
That many of the people who are famous for having lived the longest lives actually live in places that have lousy birth and death record keeping.
Oh, yes. Because, all statistics are based on the premise that the people taking the statistics have done it right.
Yeah.
But if someone's misrecorded a thing, we could get a completely false perception of what's going on. I always think this is about TV ratings. Whenever they say this, everyone's watching this TV show and it's dreadful. And I'm like, are they? And obviously the very low ratings for this podcast, I just assume that's a lie, and that's why we keep doing it. So was this a worldwide study or a...
Well, basically, all scientists had been thinking that long life was because you had high vegetable intake, strong social connections, and sort of genetic markers. However, it was researchers in the US found that the main reason you could predict a long age was if they didn't keep accurate records, or there was a high instance of pension fraud.
Oh my word, that is excellent, brilliant. Everyone thinks everyone's over the age of 70 because everyone's claiming a pension.
And apparently often the birth dates are fives, have got them all divisible by 5 because they're easy for people to think of when they're lying about a birth date.
I know my parents were very shifty about telling claiming when their birthdays are. And then my grandparents out and out lied about their birthdays. And we regularly celebrated like 80th and 70th birthdays, which weren't. And we only discovered that kind of later on. So I think people lying about their age, lying about their age for financial reasons, definitely. But I think people lie about their age quite a lot anyway. But then again, I always assumed it was on the lying to make themselves look younger than they were, rather than.
Ooh, no, older people lie to make themselves look older, surely, and more experienced
I'm
and
83.
have that longevity. Yeah.
I've got a great grandfather. I've got a great grandfather who lied in order to fight in the First World War. He claimed that he was older than he was.
Oh, yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah,
What an idiot. What an absolute idiot.
I'm desperate for that telegram from the, Queen / King.
It's
Queen/King. Is he transitioning? That's very woke of him.
Yeah. I'm going to go untrue on this one.
Many people would use the word false, but untrue.
Yes,
is fine.
untrue.
And you are 18, you say, Ian.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
At least on any dating website that he goes on.
Yeah.
Speaking as a 120-year-old, I think it's false as well.
It's true. It's
That's brilliant.
Researchers did. They said they looked into where people were saying they were phenomenally old. So people decided to, start claiming that pension early, keep going for longer than they.
I'm planning to do this, but I am definitely planning to do this. Is that it's just an easy thing to do in America and lie, and it's very hard for people to check out? Because I can't imagine I'd get caught out, wouldn't I, now at work?
Apparently,
I go in tomorrow and say I'm retiring.
Well, it's funny because apparently they looked into one particular state. I can't remember where it was now. And
it's in the South, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was in the South, where there was just a very high number of very, supposedly, almost world-breaking ages coming out. And then looked.
He's 157.
Yeah, it's the record keeping, because, of course, if nobody, I don't know when you'd started to have perhaps really good birth records, but then also perhaps digitized that they can't be doing that. So people could have just been making up.
And it must have been a thing as well, because if it was just one or two people gaming the system, that always happens, and actually statistically they don't show up. It's a load of people doing it. So clearly word got round. Did you know Gary's retired? What, Gary's 30? Yeah, he's got a scheme. You must do it as well. And then everyone's off.
That's it. And also, once you're in the lie, so say, for example, I'm finding it too much to getting your family to look after you. And they're like, well, how old are you? Yeah, I'm definitely 65. Are you? God, they've always looked brilliant. And then, of course, even when at some point you'd be like 105, but I'm not, I'm really 70. Maybe I should come clean. And then everyone's celebrating. The big cake comes out because you're 100. I mean, it's a web of lies.
Is there also a risk that you'll get killed by vampire hunters? Because people would just assume there's something unnatural in the fact that he's 110 and yet. He looks like Brad Pitt. How is this? Kill him, kill the beast. That is brilliant. That is an excellent set of lies there. Hoorah. Okay, Ian, what have you got?
I brought a mystery object for the table.
What? This is a podcast. No one can see it, you fool.
Well, I haven't actually got one. I'm going to describe it.
Okay.
It's the Van Vera. It's a bizarre fart neutralizing accessory used by 17th century aristocracy.
Sorry, there's a bunch of words there I'm not understanding. It does what?
It's a strange device or an accessory primarily used by female aristocrats that allowed them to discreetly pass wind during social events.
How does this instrument? What, like, is it like?
Is there a picture, an illustration, or anything?
Yes, is it like attaching a trombone to your anus and yet
exactly like that? Yeah. No. Obviously, the reverse effect. They don't want you to hear it, so it straps on.
Well, you're going to see it, though, are we?
No, because in the 17th century,
the bustles,
big voluminous dresses.
I knew there was something going on under there.
Yes.
And it would a pipe that would then discreetly muffle the sound.
Right.
And it would take the noxious gases away into a bag that you could take away and empty later on.
Oh, you see, I wouldn't want a bag. I would a long tube that I could just trail out with my dress, so it would go next to someone else, and someone else gets blamed.
Well, exactly. Yeah,
that's more gangster.
But no, there was a version of this made that was work. You wore it in bed, and it would go out of the window. The pipe would come.
How much are you farting? Like, we do wear something in bed.
An awful lot of Brussels sprouts. That must be.
Yeah. I mean,
what was it called again? A van? What?
Van Vera.
A Van Vera.
What was wrong with just getting a dog and setting the dog? Get out over.
At these ambassadors' meetings or whatever, they probably didn't have that many dogs wandering around to.
What's the buoyancy of farts? Is there a risk that is it one of those gases that's like lighter than air or heavier? Would it lift? Would the bustle lift up after a while?
I think this.
I don't know.
This was made of leather, so it was quite weighty.
Oh,
Imagine if you accidentally sat on the bag that was containing the fart.
it'd be a
Oh,
whoopee
what
cushion.
a whoopee cushion.
Yeah, you've entered the whoopee cushion. That is what you've done. Yes.
Yeah, you'd have the sound and really bad
Yeah.
smell as well.
Thing is, I
if you-
definitely now want one.
Or anything.
Well, do you want to know where you can go to see one?
Well, Christmas
Yes,
is coming
yes.
up, so I'm getting one for everyone. Right. Well,
The Van Vera is on display at the Sex Machines Museum in Prague.
Of course it is.
right, we're going to the Sex Machine
Yeah.
Museum as
Right.
well. That's
Down to
another thing
Heathrow,
we've got to
everyone.
do.
Come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's a bit harsh that it's in the Sex Museum because I don't think it's a sex thing. It's should be in the Hygiene Museum.
prudish in those days.
Yeah.
In those days.
Unless someone worked out that it's a sex thing that you can do with it as well. I wouldn't put it
I
past
did worry
me.
when you said it was strapped on, Ian, but I didn't, you know.
Yeah.
An expert, and I'm sorry, the only way I'm gonna have to pronounce it this way. I'm sure it's not. This is how his name was pronounced. Leaky Peru writes about a different type of Van Vera that was a small metal box that could be fitted to the wearer's underwear and was filled with dried aromatic herbs, lavender, rosemary, and sage, so that when the gas passed through it, it became
Yeah.
scented like the breeze from a field in Provence.
Well, it's the same
Can
way
we
with
say
you.
the name again? What was it?
I can spell it for you. I think it's Leaky
No, say it.
Boomstain
Peru.
or something, was it?
Leaky Peru.
Do you know this sounds like something from the Tortured Mind of Terry Gilliam or something like that? Sort of
Yeah.
contraptions he used to come up with.
If it hasn't been invented, then it definitely should be. But Sparkly Bob, is this true or false?
I'm going to say false just based on that last name.
What, Leaky Peru?
Yeah, that's a bad pronunciation. It probably would have been
Leaky diarrhea, you know what I mean?
But some people get names that kind of end up sort of shaping their career.
Mr. Fang, the dentist.
Yeah.
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 Nominative determination, is it called?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
I know somebody who was a pharmaceutical rep type thing, and his name was, well, he said Mr. Diarf, but it wasn't. It was Death.
Yes.
An apostrophe in there. You've had a phone call from Death.
There is genuinely down here somewhere. I've never seen it myself. An antique stealer who's called Robin Bastard and drives around with it written on the side of a van.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right, Chipchase, true or false?
I think Ian's research that he was reading there seemed very plausible, and it does sound like something.
You're always impressed by a reader, aren't you, Chipchase?
Yeah. See, I can't read myself. I'm going to go true though.
It is, in fact, true.
What's
More
the
about
point
that.
if it's just the women and the men aren't, and they're
Men
far
men don't fart.
Oh,
Yeah.
We explode. It's that thing, isn't it? About horses sweat, men perspire, women glow. Yeah, men
I
explode.
glow like a
Farts.
pig. I really do.
Yes. Chipchase again.
Hansard to be published via text.
Ooh.
Mm.
So they can lie in real time.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think the idea is that they're going to cut down sort of inscribing it in a book.
what is it? It's still written in vellum, isn't it? Or something daft like that.
Yeah.
Really? Good God.
the laws of vellum. Hansard is paper,
Oh right, okay.
and is digitized anyway. Like you can have it as a digital copy, but could they be shortening it to text, as into?
Oh, well, you think they abbreviate it, so it's just like so Reeves just goes tax rises lol.
Yeah.
BTW.
Emoji version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smiley face, hammer.
Yeah, throwing up face.
Be someone sort of prone and then a pile of shits to represent lying shits
Yeah.
constantly.
Mm.
And they do alter Hansard though. That's the other thing is they do occasionally do corrections to it and play around with it, which they shouldn't do, but they definitely do it because MPs have complained about it recently. So maybe again with texting, maybe that helps them to alter it. I don't know.
I know there was times when they are meant to be as true as possible when they get the gist down, and there were definitely times where there were politicians who they had to basically cut out some of the ums and the because almost it was like nonsensical.
Yeah.
So I do know that there were politicians that they did have to kind of like get the sense out of what they'd said, because if they actually wrote down couple of words, then by the time you'd read it, you'd be like, I don't know what they've actually said.
Fed it into an AI.
What Lassie is trying to say is there's someone tracked down a mine shaft.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think I can see it would be very useful for people who couldn't be in the chamber to be present, to be getting it. I mean, I'm assuming this is an instant.
Well, they're all on their
text.
phones. When you see them on Parliament telly, they're all fiddling with their smartphones.
Yeah, but that's on Grinder. I don't think Grinder's going to put out bits of Hansard.
Or tractor porn, isn't it?
I was going to say,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember that story. Well, I do remember the story. Well, yeah, what was it? He was looking at porn but claimed it was tractors, or he was
Yeah.
actually looking
Something like
So
that.
he was looking at tractor porn.
I don't
No,
know.
no.
It was some kind of very. Ian seems to know.
It's Neil Parish is a local, or was a local MP, and he was caught. I think a female MP spied over his shoulder in the chamber that he was accessing porn sites while he was actually there, and the debates were going on. And his defence was he typed in the name of a tractor that he was interested in, and the porn site came. I mean that.
It's odd because you don't hear many tractors called cum shot, but he clearly found one.
At work once in the early days of the internet. Again, when I grew up, there was a wonderful show on, I don't know if you ever remember it, called HR Puff and Stuff, which in itself, now I think about it, is probably a bit dodgy. But one of the lead characters was Witchy Poo. And on a work computer, I typed in Witchy Poo. Suffice to say, this is not something you really want to do. The results were horrifying in the extreme.
Oh yeah.
But then the thing is there's you see the results, but then you didn't go and click on the results for someone to be able to see an image, and that's the thing with.
He was just fact checking. That was all. He was just being thorough. But anyway,
let me
nobody
just double
likes.
check that looks like porn. Oh, it is porn. Let me just double check the next one. Oh no, that is porn as
To
well.
be honest, though, if someone's looking at porn, I mean, I'm not encouraging it and stuff, but who likes a snitch? Come on, who looks over someone's shoulder and goes, Miss, he's not working on his phone properly. Nobody likes that person. Anyway, sorry, how do we get onto that? What were we talking about? What's this episode
Oh,
about?
Hansard being text.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, is this true or false? Come on, guys.
I think the LOL is false because there's nothing funny about anything Keir says. It's obviously untrue.
Is there an emoji for tumbleweed?
I think this one's true.
It's absolute cobblers, yeah.
You say it, but there's a few kind of true biscuits and stuff. We're going, this is false, and then over time they've become true. Sparkly Bob, another one.
Well, I've got a kidney stone. Go to Disneyland. Why?
Is that a new ride? They've got?
It is.
No,
it is.
what?
No, it's they've high proportions of people who've had kidney stones who said if they ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad roller coaster at Walt
Shake it
Disney
out.
World of Magic Kingdom, they pass the stone.
Shake it out.
Does it work for other kind of ailments? Like if you've got like some horrendous tumor, it'll just shake your body so badly, the little thing will pop out.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I mean, about that. Apparently, one patient went on it 3 times in a row and passed the kidney stone on each go.
Could you reset a hip?
I
If
bet you probably
something's
could, actually.
jiggling enough?
Apparently, if you do bungee jumping, that may work. But this particular roller coaster is the one that.
But with
shifts
bungee,
everything.
but with
No,
bungee
yeah.
jumping, what I do know about bungee jumping is that you stand a good chance of detaching your retina
Oh no.
doing bungee jumping.
Gosh,
So one assumes you're right. It's shaking up some stuff and loosening some stuff, but it's also shaking up some stuff and loosening some stuff. Surely there's a risk of it doing other sorts of damage to your body if it's that intense.
But surely, thinking about the position you're in when you're doing a bungee jump, isn't that kidney stone going to go in the wrong direction? Isn't it going to
Your
go?
mouth?
Yeah.
Choking,
Surely that'd be less painful though.
pops out.
Depending on where it is coming out of.
Well, I'm the person who go bungee jumping and then miscalculate the length of the elastic. I always think so.
Or just
Bungee
forget
thumping.
to attach it.
Yeah.
And
my
you're better
head.
off sitting at the back of the roller coaster apparently as well.
Well, yeah, because of all the
Yeah.
kidney stones.
Okay, it's flying at your face.
Hailstorm from behind.
I mean, imagine coming off and then like shaking your trouser leg and
And it pops out.
and you're not questioning that.
It's like a scene from The Great Escape.
Yes.
Merge with Carry On Doctor.
Of all the different forces of nature that are at work on these sort of rides, the vibration and the gravity.
Oh, what was it? Does other stuff though? You come off the ride and all your fillings fall out or something.
Well,
I mean, you'd be so pissed off.
If it wasn't so expensive to go to Disneyland, I was thinking it would be an alternative to dentistry because you could tie a piece of string around your tooth at the top and then head off. But just as expensive.
Well,
to go
in
to the
America, I imagine
dentist.
I mean, you say about expense, but there must be a tipping point with private healthcare in America where it is cheaper to go to Disneyland than it is to go to your local hospital to sort out your kid's down.
Gonna go true.
Yeah, I'm going true. I think the forces of nature will, have that effect on you.
Real thing.
Yeah, it is true. And apparently, even if people didn't pass it on the ride itself, many reported that they passed it within hours of leaving the amusement park, and all of them had ridden the same roller coaster.
Ah.
Ian, one last one for us.
Study finds that half UK adults believe crumbs that fall into the toaster just disappear.
It's just one of those like magic things that just happens. They disappear, and I think you want it not to be a problem that you have to deal with. So I can imagine people going with that.
Well, isn't it also because I'm not? I think it is reasonably recent that I didn't realise that the little dial didn't make it hotter. It was minutes, so it's always the same heat for toasters. It's how long it's toasting for.
I never knew that.
Oh, there you go. See, toasters are magic.
What? Intensity?
Yeah, no. So the little dial isn't intensity. It's not making it hotter. No. It's how long it stays down.
Same effect, I suppose. But
I must be caught in some sort of temporal lobe because I always assumed it was time and had nothing to do with heat.
No.
I
see
no.
for a moment that
you're the clever ones on this panel.
I thought it was both. I thought it was time and heat that you really turbocharging it, but no, it's just okay. Okay.
But what is it about a toaster? Why does a toaster, no matter what setting you put it on, it pops up, and of course, it's never done, is it?
Yeah, and then you put it down, and it burns,
and then it burns the second time.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm not saying
it is heat. I told you it is heat. Prove it. Yes, because if anyone's kind of fiddled with toaster, you do realise that obviously most toasters come now with almost like a tray thing, don't they? And you pull out, and then you got the crumb. But again, it just shows how uncurious people are.
The study showed that 53% of UK adults believe that crumbs fall into the toaster will simply disappear without trace. The lead researcher explains, the study provides further evidence we're not teaching our children the practical skills they need to lead an effective
until the house burns down.
Well, it goes on to say that. Yeah,
I'm not sure it's a useful life lesson. I mean,
I'm not so sure it's the thing I'd prioritise in school.
No. Today, children were doing toast crumbs.
Yeah, we could have done maths, but we're going to do because that's all you're going to get paid in is crumbs. Next week, peanuts. But I would say, I mean, I think it's definitely true. Mrs. Wrenfoe believes that fairies take out the bins every week. Yeah. She's unaware that I do this work.
It's a common belief that.
Yeah. But also, I imagine I don't want to be sort of gender specific, but I'm going to be. I imagine there are lots of wives and girlfriends up there who do a shitload of tidying up around the house for which their husbands and boyfriends, yes, Michael was pointing us out, not that they're not grateful, they just assume that thing happened magically. I think I saw a comedy sketch years ago, I think it was an Australian one, where this guy, he's pointing at this, he's in his living room, and he's hurling food at this table, and his wife comes in, what are you doing? He goes, doesn't matter, no, watch this. By tomorrow, this will all be gone. It's like magic. And she's trying to explain to them she's the one who tidies it every day.
The two children and my husband is the thing of they can't find something. And I'm like, if I come up there and find it in seconds, I'm going to be absolutely livid. And it's always just like, it's just here, just behind something. Under one thing, because I'm like going, I think it's on the desk. I think it's on the desk. I think it's on the desk.
Maybe that. I mean, it's always assumed that kind of hunter-gatherer types divide sort of down gender roles, and maybe to a certain extent they do. But I do wonder if there's something like primal in that is the difference between hunters and gatherers, insofar as hunter brain set is like, I looked one place, couldn't find it. Therefore, it doesn't exist. Whereas a gatherer's like, come on, just give it 2 seconds. Look behind the thing. For fuck's sake.
Or I've killed something, I now can't find it. If it's behind that rock, I can remember that. I'm going to be so livid.
Yes, one of the ladies I work with at work, she's got this wonderful phrase, and it comes up all the time when people have lost things and say, I can't find it, I can't see it. Have you daddy looked or have you mummy looked?
Oh, that is good.
No, I think it's false, this one.
I think it's true. I think people just literally don't even wonder about what
would you if it's not caused you a problem?
Yeah.
Other than obviously eventually your house might burn down, But up until that point, why would you? Why? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you think that it burns away or something.
Yes.
In a good way, not a bad way. Yeah, I bet it's true.
It's false. It was a news biscuit.
I see. Again, I still think you've got that wrong, Ian.
Yeah.
I think if
I
you
think we Googled
go
that.
and fact check that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's. Finally, we reached the magic 8 ball.
The magic 8 ball.
Each of our guests is going to give us their predictions for next month's news. Sparkly Bob, what have you got?
A day after Trump says US will permanently pause migration from third world countries, the White House is frantically trying to work out where the third world is. Trump's pretty sure Mars is one, and it's now a toss-up between the moon and Uranus.
Ian?
Chancellor Rachel Reeves said that her 3 priorities would be cutting the cost of living, cutting the NHS waiting list, and cutting the cost of debt. If it all goes badly, next week she could be on gardening leave cutting the lawn.
Chipchase.
Back to America for me. Hunt on to identify staffer who gave Trump a rattle and a shape sorter in the White House Secret Santa.
And that brings us to the end of this episode, and I can reveal this month's winner is the BBC for making Trump look ethical by comparison. I'd like to thank Ian Searle,
Thank you.
Sparkly Bob,
Thank you.
and Chipchase.
And thank you.
And I leave you with these headlines. Study into thin air vanishes.
Hey.
Assisted suicide supporters left hanging. And reports find fear of oversleeping is keeping Britons awake at night.
You've been listening to NewsBiscuit, free to read and free to write for. We accept submissions from any budding satirist, young or old. Visit newsbiscuit.com to submit headlines, stories, and to support new writers.
NewsBiscuit. Real fake news.
Don't trust everything AI tells you, says Google boss Jimmy Hendricks.
Yes.
This is a confession here, and this is kind of pulling back the curtain on the NewsBiscuit podcast. When we do the headlines bit, I get the people who are doing the headlines to kind of often send me little bits of the headlines beforehand, just to make sure there's no overlap. I don't know what the true biscuits are, guys. That's still, all magical. Chipchase, I put your headlines into an AI and asked them which was the funniest of your 5 headlines. AI picked
None of
that
them?
one.
Oh, did it? Okay.
It did. It picked that one. And I'm going to word for word tell you now what the AI, I said then also, what does it tell you about the person who selected these? And they said this person is politically aware, they enjoy satire, has a dry intellectual sense of humour, but are comfortable mixing topical seriousness and surreal silliness, suggesting that they like humour, but also stuff that makes you think as well as laugh. Now, do you disagree with AI, Chipchase, or do you think
Got me banged it right. So.
Yeah, you see, when AI starts complimenting you, we're much more on board with it.
Well, apparently, AI just always wants to be helpful, so it will always give you an answer, even if it's wrong.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's obviously going to kill us, but it is quite useful.
Yeah.
And so I was using it for something, and I put in like these results of something, a survey thing I'd done for work, and it came back and it was like, oh yeah, there's this really high proportion of them disagreeing with this, and I was like, are you sure? Because they got loads of 4s and 5s, and that's actually the high number, which suggests that they really agree with it. And he was like, you know what? You're right. It is the other way. And I was like, it's such a jovial way of doing it. It wasn't sort of like, oh my bad or anything like that. It was like, oh my God.
Yes, you can imagine it in surgery in years from now. It lops off the wrong leg. They go, you know what? You are right. It should have been the left leg.